Hi everyone, the FMG results are declared and I am so happy and honored to be sitting here with Dr. Aquib. Now, Dr. Aquib, in his first attempt, has not just cleared this exam, he is literally what you should be saying, nailed it. A score of 236. Oh my God, an amazing score. Congratulations, Dr. Aquib.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you to the whole team Mero for this.
Dr. Akib, how are you feeling? I mean, and what was your feeling half an hour back when the result was declared until now? When you were searching your name in that list, what was going in your mind at that time?
Actually, ma'am, I was sitting with my friend in the park and I was telling him the same that we did our exams and I don't know when our result is going to come. And I just checked the notification and I told him, see, somebody is writing like a results has came. Everybody, every time in the telegram is writing when the results will come, when results will. And that time I had phone in my hand and my friend called me and he told me, did you check your result? I told him the result are declared. He said, yes, yes, do check your results. And when I checked my results, I was really
What
happy to
was
see
that
the
feeling,
results.
when you open the net and you are checking the result? So, this all depends upon, I mean, were you confident that you would pass? Because 236, I don't think so. You were doubting that you are going to pass or not.
Ma'am, I was sure I will pass, but I was not expecting this much. But I was sure like I will get a good score. And when I checked my result for some 15 half an hour, it was undigestible.
Yes.
Yes,
And have you informed your parents?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I informed them,
What's
and they are
their
really
reaction?
happy. Actually, my mom cried.
I know that that's how mums are. So
Yes,
emotional, so attached. Yes.
yes, ma'am.
And so, Dr. Akib, we would first like to know more about you. Your, school, yeah, I mean, your college of graduation, and was this your? I mean, when did you come back from your college to India, and how did you start preparing? But first, a little bit more about yourself.
Ma'am, my complete name is Aquib, and I'm from Jammu and Kashmir, India. And
Okay.
I did my graduation from Tehran University of Medical Sciences, which is in Iran. You know,
Okay.
so I am graduated from there, and I came back in August 2023, and then I started preparing. I didn't wasted much of time, and I came back. I started preparing for FMG exam.
No, I will go. We will see that how you prepared, because you are going to be an inspiration for so many students who would want to know that how did you actually crack it. But before that, would you like to thank someone and attribute your success to those people who helped you either stay motivated or helped you in your this journey?
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, I would like to thank God. Then I would like to thank my parents for their constant support. I would like to thank my friends, especially Dr. Tufail and Dr. Sahil Shadab, who introduced me to the best source from which I was preparing for my FMG. And I would like to thank whole team Mero for their constant support and the amazing source they have made for us. And it was really
Thank
nice
you
for us.
so much. So, Dr. Akib, I would like to know, just now you said that you were introduced to Marrow through your friends. So, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
share that incident with us? That how were you introduced?
Actually, when I was preparing for my exams in final year, I was in the library and there was one of my friend. He was my junior and he was studying from Marrow. So I told him that I knew before it. I knew about the Marrow. I used to see some notes, etc., and some Instagram posts or some social media posts, and it used to be. I used to like it, and then I told him that I have neurology exam. Can you, for some time, can you provide me this
This was
your
during
tab?
your
And
final year.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I told
Okay.
him, can I see it? And then I started preparing neurology from it, and I got 100% in my final year because we have separate exam for neurology. It's MCQ based there in our university. So I got 100% result in neurology, and then I told him that I want to get this Mero account, and then they introduced me to this Mero team, and then I was preparing wholly from this Mero.
Which means, Dr. Akib, that the first faculty video which you watched on Marrow, which rather forced you to buy Marrow, was Dr. Rakesh Nair's video.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, do you want to say
Because
something
my
to
favorite
Dr.
subject was also medicine. I used to
Akib?
like study a lot in medicine. Then I myself wanted to study like the way he teaches. And then when I saw him, I thought, no, he's the one, the way I wanted to study this medicine.
That is, I mean, someone who is listening to Dr. Rakesh will be falling in love with medicine automatically. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, 100%.
he has that aura.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
truly agree to you. So,
So then I started watching other videos from other faculty like you, ma'am, and I was really like surprised when I saw the way you are teaching OBGY. And
thank you so much.
thank you so much
So,
for that.
Dr. Akib, I just want to know that, like you said, that you started watching medicine videos or you started watching other videos during your final year. Were you watching
Yes,
the
ma'am.
main videos? Were you watching the revision videos? Right?
No,
Or were
ma'am.
you
That time I
watching
was
some selective videos?
no, ma'am. That time I watched whole all the lectures of the main lectures of neurology, and then when I did my because I told you, ma'am, when we had one exam there in university which is called an exit exam. I was preparing for that. It's also MCQ based, but it has 200
In
questions.
your university, you had to attempt this exit exam, and you were
Yes,
now
ma'am. Yes.
preparing in your final year for that exit exam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For that too. So that time I was preparing for that exam. After finishing that exam, I started preparing from the Mero. And in Mero, I will say the best thing was the pearls. The pearls were amazing, and the
I
marks
tell
which I
you
have
that,
got
I
right
mean,
now
this is
is
something which I am so happy to hear now. No discriminations, nothing, but hardly ever I see an interview with a foreign medical graduate student who is praising pearls and who is saying that one of the attributes to his success was pearls. So I am going to take your time sometime over here so that you can actually explain to the students, because what happens is students, they go through pearls but they actually don't know that how to imply them and how to use them for their examination purpose. So let's go a little slow here, but before that, which a question which most of the students would be having, like you said that you saw the main videos, was it main videos of only neurology did you see, or did you see the main videos of entire medicine, and was it med 80 or was it the complete medicine videos?
no, ma'am. The main videos were for only neurology, and I have seen main videos of orthopedics during my final year exam.
Acha,
So
so
for
during
these, I
your
was using
final
the
year
main
you saw
videos,
this
and
much.
then after giving that exam, was when I came back, I started doing this rapid revision videos. And when I used to complete the rapid revision videos, then I used to see the pearls, and I used to write down all the pearls again. And then I used to do the Q bank or any previous year questions, and I was getting great results only because I was first preparing from the pearls.
That's a wonderful technique, which means that all of the students who are now listening to us, beta, I know it's unfortunate that you couldn't clear your exam. But if you keep on repeating the same mistakes which you did last time, right, you are not going to expect a better result next time also. So now, you know, once you are over with this phase, you will have to get up courage and you will have to now start preparing for the June exam, which means that you have only 4 months left. And in these 4 months, this is a very good strategy which Dr. Akib is telling. And this is not only a strategy which he's telling, he followed it, and you see he's got a score of 236. So, which means that rapid revision videos you did first, Dr. Akib.
Yes, ma'am.
Then,
Yes, ma'am.
once you did the rapid revision, for example, if you did surgery, you did the rapid
Yes,
revision
ma'am.
videos of
Yes,
surgery.
ma'am.
Then
Yes, ma'am.
you read all the pearls of surgery.
Pearls of
You
surgery.
just
Yes.
read all the pearls of surgery, or you did something else also, Dr. Akib?
No, ma'am, ma'am. When I was using reading any pearl, I used to write it down again. Then I used to go on to the next pearl
Oh, okay.
because
So
there
you
is a
were
lot of
maintaining
information
a
consisted in
diary.
one pearl. So I used to write it down how much I am remembering right now. If I'm not remembering all, then I used to see the pearl again.
Okay. So that is what is active recall. Got it. So please, Bachu, that is what he did. He read the pearl and then he noted it down. You were noting it down somewhere, and
Yes,
then you
ma'am.
see how
Yes,
much
ma'am.
you could recall it.
Yes, ma'am.
And then the third step was you did MCQs. Now, this
Yes, ma'am.
MCQs, Dr. Akib, were the MCQ from the QBank modules, or was it the PYQs only?
Ma'am, I did a lot of modules from the main Q bank, and the explanation in those questions was amazing. I used to read whole explanation, and it used to help me a lot to clear the concept. And because it was so much nice explanation there, so I used to like it.
Wonderful. So, a question over here, Dr. Akib. The questions which you did, the MCQ questions which you were doing, was it the FMGQ bank questions or the NEET PGQ bank questions?
It was mix. Some
Okay,
modules
it
I used
was
to
a mix.
do from yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. But
Okay.
I did
Sorry.
all the PYQs of FMG and all PYQs of NEET PG.
Again, that's something very important, and that's very intelligent also, because the examination body, the National Board of Examination, is setting paper for NEET PG as well as for FMGE. So please, now onwards, all of you, rapid revision, then pearls, and also PYQs of NEET PG and FMG. Wonderful, Dr. Akib. I mean, this is like the complete strategy for clearing the exam. Now, other than this, Dr. Akib, I mean, did you read standard textbooks also during this period?
Not during this period, but during my final year and third year, I used to study from the standard books. Like there in
Then,
our university, they used to tell us to study from the main textbooks.
okay. Now, Dr. Akib, I just want to know from you that someone who, like you, gave almost 5, 6 months and you've literally, I mean, come out with the flying colors. So, anyone who is going to appear for June exam, do they have sufficient time in hand if they start from now, they start following your strategy or whatever strategy? Do they have sufficient time to clear the exam? And how much time do you think is apt to clear this exam?
So 6 months is fine, but I'll say first when you're confident for any subject, give less time to that. And if you think that this subject is weak, give more time to that. And if your concepts are already clear, then it's very easy for you to retain the stuff which you are going to study again. So I'll say
Yes.
the questions or the topics which you don't understand or in which you are weak, give more time to that.
Wonderful. Now, over here, there are some students who have this habit of leaving a few subjects because they think that these some subjects are not that important and their weightage in the exam is not that much. What are your thoughts on this? Did you leave any subject?
No, ma'am, no, I didn't left any subject, and I will say don't leave anyone. At least read once because something is going to retain in your mind, and it will help you a lot when you are giving the exam. You
And
will come to know during the examination.
like you said that you did the rapid revision videos,
Yes, ma'am.
you did the pearls, and then some MCQs. So this first round, how much time did this first round take for all the subjects?
I think, ma'am, I don't know exactly how much time it took for me, but I think
Approximately,
approximately it took me 3 months.
it took you three
But
months.
I, for sorry to interrupt, ma'am. When I was preparing for my exit exam, I had read 2, 3 subjects from the main textbook, and I had like cleared all the concept. Like I'll say surgery, I had done during that period. I did it wholly from the
Right.
book, and I was sure about the surgery. And for that, then when I was preparing for FMG, I gave less time to the surgery, and I gave more time to those subjects in which I
Like
was
you
weak.
said just now, that if you are confident about a subject, then give less time to it.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That is
Yes.
what you said. But still, in 3 months, you were able to have one complete round of all 19 subjects.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. With rapid
And
revision and with pearls.
with pearls. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
and approximately, just an idea. I know there are some good days and some bad days, but on an average, how much time were you devoting to your studies?
It was
In a day,
approximately 10 to 12 hours every day.
approximately 10 to 12 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
at
ma'am.
this time, weren't you tempted to be joining any offline coaching or any offline help? Weren't you tempted to do that?
No, ma'am. No, I was fine at home, and I was because the Mero team was so amazing that I didn't need any help. It was everything was there in the app.
I mean, I am so happy to hear this. Wonderful. Okay, now Tell me now, when did you start doing your first revision, and what did you do in that first revision?
First, I did rapid revision videos. Then I used to see the pulse, and I used to do the MCQs of that part.
No,
For
no,
example, I used to
this was the first reading, beta.
yes,
So first
yes,
reading got over in 3 months. You did all
yes,
this in 3 months. Now,
yes,
once your all this was complete, then came your
yes,
revision time.
yes.
So how much time did the revision take, and how did you go about with revision?
During revision, I used to revise the rapid revision notes once, but
Okay,
it didn't took
okay.
me a lot of time because it was I knew I had seen the videos, and during my rapid this revision notes, it didn't took me much time. When I used to read once, and then I used to go back again to the Q bank, which I did, and I used to read the explanation again of that Q bank, and
Okay,
I
so
had
you
made the notes
repeated
of
the
those
entire
pearls.
sequence again.
Yes, ma'am. I had made notes of those pearls, and I used to see them again. I had kept those pearls here, those small notes here, and I used to revise them again and again.
That is very important, Bachod. See, this is what we always tell. Whatever you've done in your first reading, limit yourself when you are revising, limit yourself to that, because you need to have a photographic memory of what you've done. Don't over spread yourself. Don't become over enthusiastic during your first reading, that you start doing unnecessary things and later on land up in not revising it. So Dr. Akib did exactly what we always recommend you to do. Like you said, Dr. Akib, now it didn't take you much time. Approximately how much time did it take you? Second time, when you were revising all this, how much time did it take?
It took me 1.5 months.
1.5 months. See,
Yes,
exactly 50% of time.
yes,
3 months earlier and then 1.5 months, which
yes,
means that you could give a second revision also. Yeah, I mean,
yes, ma'am.
in total, you could do everything 3 times.
Yes, ma'am. No, I
So
did
you
it 3 times, and then at the end, when few weeks were left, I did only pearls. And I did pearls, and yes, I was like reading the explanation of previous year questions.
Wonderful. Okay. I mean, you have a brilliant strategy, Dr. Akib. Now, during these days, there would have been times when you would have been self doubting yourself. What kept you going? Who was the source of motivation? Or did you have any stress buster hobbies or something which helped you in venting out?
I didn't have any specific hobby, but when I was doing QBank, I was getting good results that kept me like
So that was
confident.
the
Yes,
real motivation. Yes.
yes, ma'am.
What about GTs? Were you giving
Ma,
GTs?
yes, ma'am. I gave only 3 or 4 GTs from Marrow, and I was getting good results. That too helped me to keep myself confident.
Wonderful. And did you give the national mock test, which was held by
Yes,
Marrow?
ma'am. Yes,
What was
ma'am.
your score there?
I think it was 252.
So there also you were getting above 200. Here also you've got above 200. So you were pretty sure that you are moving in the right direction.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I was, but I was
And
not
were you
that much sure I'll get it. When I did my exam, that time I was feeling little upset. But like I was telling my friends that I was not expecting these kind of questions. Like
now I was coming
that time I was a
exactly
little
to
bit upset.
that. I was coming exactly to that. That how was your experience on the day of the exam?
So it was good when I went inside. When I started the first paper, when we came back, I told my friends, "What do you think about the paper? Was it the only one who thought that it was little bit odd?" They said, "No, no, it was little." I told them, "No, it was good, but there were some questions I was not expecting this way." And then I gave the second paper. I was sure like I will get the good results, but I was not that much sure I will get this much good result because I was little bit upset that time because I was not expecting because there in our university they were giving more clinical questions. They are like 4 5 liners, 6 liners questions, and we had a habit of solving those questions. And there I was finding like no, I think there were much questions which were single line or 2 liners.
So here you had a little tricky questions. I mean, they
Yes,
weren't
ma'am.
exactly 4 5 liner questions, so they didn't have a very long stem, but
But they
eventually
were
the
tricky.
questions were tricky.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They were very tricky.
How many
And that,
questions? I mean, obviously, you would have attempted all questions. I mean, since there wasn't any negative marking, so you would have attempted all the questions.
yes, ma'am. I attempted all the
Which
questions.
subjects were you absolutely confident about?
I'll say surgery,
Right?
then I'll say OBGY, only because of you, ma'am.
Oh, thank
And
you.
then I'll say among my minors, I was sure about the all basic subjects like physiology, anatomy, like pathology and microbiology was like little bit I was weak in. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. I mean,
But
it's so nice.
when I did pathology, I was thinking I'm not gonna remember this much stuff. It's very difficult to remember this much stuff. Then that was the first thing when I started seeing the pearls, and I thought that I'll see the pearls. And when I saw the pearls, and that helped me a lot.
Talking to you, it's just like I'm so happy that you are talking about pearls, because I mean, students don't value what is being given to them in the form of pearls.
Yes,
Pearls are the most underrated thing, which I feel, which are actually so important. If all of you can follow what Dr. Akib did, you make notes of these pearls, and this is nothing but a 20th notebook for you. We all keep on telling you that towards the end of the exam, towards the end of your preparation, you have to limit yourself to a 20th notebook where you've written down all the important topics and volatile things, and that is what Pearls is. Pearls is giving you everything at one place. That is all the most frequently asked tables, flowcharts, and that is the most volatile thing as well. So please make use of Pearls. And Dr. Akib, it was so wonderful talking to you, and I can see that you have that maturity in your thought. You know what you have to do and how you have to do. So I'm sure you are going to do so well in your career ahead. But
thank you so
as
much,
of
ma'am.
now, what are your plans? How are you going to party now?
I have not decided it yet, but first I will spend some time with my parents because from long time I have not spent much time because I came back from my university after 5 years. I didn't came back in the media. I came back after a long time, so I had to spend. Then I went to other city for preparation of FMG because I was not staying at home. So
Acha.
now I'm planning to
You
spend
were not
some
staying
time
at
to.
home also. Where were you putting up, Dr. Akib?
Uh, First month I was at home, but I was studying, so I was not spending much time with my parents. Then I went to Jammu, and I was there preparing for my exam.
No, I am, my respect and regards to all the foreign medical graduate students out there. You people actually struggle much more than Indian medical graduates. So please be proud of yourself, whether you've cleared this exam or not. You should be proud that you have been struggling so much. The struggles which you people face, the Indian medical graduates are not even aware of that. Even as a faculty, I'm not aware of all the struggles and hardships which you people have to face. Lots of love and respect to all of you, and all the best, Dr. Akib, for a bright future ahead. Take care.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.